Howdy, I'm Jacob. You're watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Hopefully this will be our last Black Rifle Coffee video. However, given their propensity to blab their mouths and be communists, it's safe to say that it probably will not be. However, the main message that I want to get out in this video is I visited the Black Rifle Coffee in Clarksville when I was down back at Fort Campbell for some stuff. And what I noticed was you have lots of merch in the stores. The stores are very well decorated. They harp obviously very heavily on national pride and the pride of service, and that is no surprise. However, and they were packed, okay? And, you know, no matter how many videos I do, the chances are they'll always be packed. I'm not sitting here thinking that I'm changing the world. What people probably don't notice or realize in Clarksville is I went to the Dunkin' Donuts across the street and the drive-thru was closed, but there was no sign up. People waited in the drive-thru line for like 30 minutes, and then one car would leave when they get tired of waiting and never told anybody. No signs, nothing, just people lined out to the road to go to the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru in Clarksville across the street from the Black Rifle Coffee. And my brother went to the other Dunkin' Donuts, and the same thing happened. Everybody lined up in the drive-thru and nobody told anybody anything, except the lights were on and nobody was even in Dunkin', right? So, no matter, you know, could it be a coincidence? I guess anything could be a coincidence. I doubt it. Would I be surprised if Black Rifle Coffee hired all of the people from Dunkin'? No. Would I be surprised if it's just a symptom of the government's overreach into the private sector and the damage being done by freaking unemployment checks and nobody wants to work? I mean, it could be. But it seemed awfully shady. Dunkin' has always seemed like a pretty professional operation to me. And the coffee was also terrible. So things are going on, I think. But more importantly, so all of that besides, the real message though is no matter how many videos I do and no matter how much you guys share the videos, which by the way, your shares mean a lot, and I've had plenty of people comment saying their siblings or friends still drank Black Rifle Coffee. They watched this video, quit Black Rifle Coffee, told their friends, they quit. I didn't get to where I'm at by having faith in humanity, okay? So, you know, I don't hope for the best and expect the best. I definitely expect the worst. And I would say that a lot of these people will probably go right back to it, right back to their comfort bubble as soon as Black Rifle Coffee stops talking and just sells coffee, everybody will go right back. But it doesn't matter. It does help. It does make a difference. It is impacting the people that it needs to impact. But no matter what, so long as Black Rifle Coffee has its art and design and decor and merch on point, every single Black Rifle Coffee around a military base will always be packed. It's not going to change. And this is actually important besides the fact, because for, you know, up until about a year ago, we had non-stop psyops and propaganda from giant channels that popped up out of nowhere telling you that the military and police are on your side and the military is virtuous and nothing can happen that's that bad with the government, because if it did, the military would step in and save the day. And what these coffee shops being packed to the brim really means is that the people that you are counting on to come save you don't care. They're not going to pay attention to where they shop. They're not going to question things. They're not going to look any deeper than the surface on any subject. They're going to follow orders, and if they're told that they're doing their patriotic duty and that they're protecting America or America's democracy, we heard a lot about that after the Capitol Hill, what's the right word for what happened at Capitol Hill? Demonstration, gathering, party, I don't know. But, you know, we heard a lot of, you know, communist freaking politicians talking about they're attacking our democracy. Well, we've never been a democracy. You know, it's amazing that people can be so ignorant and advertise something so ignorant and it be effective. But it still works. But, you know, these soldiers, if they're told that they're protecting their democracy, their way of life, America, they'll jump in and do what they're told to do, and most of them aren't going to look too deep at why. It's a good example of that. Now, I believe that we've gotten under Evan Hafer's skin, which I think is fantastic. I got a comment from Evan Hafer, keep talking E4, you're an idiot, and I'll talk about that in a second, but the account that was made in 2014, and there's two reasons that I believe that there's a good chance that this is actually Evan Hafer. The first is understanding a little bit about trolls. I've dealt with a lot of trolls over the past years, as you might guess or assume, and usually they are on a fairly new account, and usually they work really hard to be offensive, and they suck at it. This is much different because it's on an old account, Black Rifle Coffee logo, simple name, and it was made in 2014. So that's very unusual for a troll account, if not, I don't think I've ever seen it. And the verbiage there, keep talking E4, you're an idiot. Use proper punctuation, very uncommon for trolls, and it's very understated and passive-aggressive. He can't say that I didn't serve honorably. He can't say that I didn't deploy. He can't say that I didn't shoot at people or get shot at. What he can say is he can reference the fact that I didn't make it far in the military. I got out after 4.5 years. Right after my deployment, they would have sent me to the NCO board if I would have re-enlisted. At the time, honestly, I should have re-enlisted, because how it worked is I could have re-enlisted for like 2 years, but the new contract would have canceled the old contract. So I would have been in almost the exact same amount of time, but would have been promoted like right away and would have made more money. Would have made sense, but I refused to re-enlist, and I refused to re-enlist for the last 2.5 years. So I was a corporal. I was in a command position, but was never sent to the NCO board because I refused to re-enlist, and with a lot of units, that's how that works. So anyways, he's passively trying to insult me with that. You know, very short, concise, to the point, well punctuated. So, probably Evan Hafer. And the way that YouTube works, if someone deals through Google with a keyword like, say, Black Rifle Coffee often, then those suggestions from a trending video are going to hit them for sure. So the chance that all of these freaking grifter, sellout douchebags have seen a couple minutes of these videos and are pissed about it is fantastic. So that's good. You know, screw these guys. I've talked to a few people who served with Evan Hafer. All of them said that he was a good guy, that he was a nice guy, that they're surprised by what he has said and what he has done. You all know that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The love of money is the root of evil. You know, if you're willing to sell your soul to stay in the military and go up the chain and to work for the CIA, and then the CIA drops this opportunity into your lap to, run a freaking NWO-backed company and push all of these other veterans out of business. You can look at the money and the fame and everything else. It's not hard to see why someone would struggle to make this decision. Sigmund Freud said that a thought can permanently change the mind, and the mind can change the body. So if you can think something for one moment, and if you accept it and continue to think about it and build upon it, it can change who you are. It sucks that apparently he was a good dude gone bad. I actually know personally 2 people that served with Matt Best, and all of them say he's a freaking dirtbag Fruit Loop, just like he looks like he would be. And he was a team leader of one of my friends. We get, in the military, a lot of times if you just stay in, you will advance. Kind of how it works. If you are fairly competent, you will be put in a position of leadership. Matt Best is probably good at PT and good at forcing his will on other people, and he is very reminiscent of a lot of toxic leadership. So sucks to have been under that douche. But anyways, it is what it is, guys. You need to, very few comments on here have been tinfoil hat comments, and it's just coffee dude type comments. It's really a relief to see that people are using their brains, because nothing is just a product. Money is money, and money is power. And if you have power, you have the power to send a message. If you have the power to send a message, you have a power to alter the narrative, to change the way that people think, right? So, you can, if you you've come to represent something like, say, the Second Amendment, and that's what everybody associates you with, and then you take a stance on the Second Amendment that is contrary to the Second Amendment, these people who don't have the capacity to think about anything deeper than the surface, it will redefine the Second Amendment for them. Therefore, it would behoove a government to do that as much as possible, and big business, and not even a government, shadow government, or whatever else. If you need to change public perception, you do it from the inside. And the giant companies that seem to be too big to fail, that seem to always have government support when they need it, or support from someone, where no matter what happens, they're still around, they're still pushing the same agenda, right? These are the people pushing those agendas. The Coca-Colas, the Pepsis, all of these giant companies, Levi's. Levi's is out there paying their employees to go to anti-gun rallies and all of this other stuff. And we've got people who say they're patriots out there rocking Levi's jeans. I think it was Extreme Gear Labs or something like that makes tactical gear, made special edition Levi's Fruit Loop kits. They didn't care. People are like, dude, why are you doing that? Freaking Levi's sucks. They don't give a freaking crap. They're more into the culture or the money or whatever else. They don't give a piss about morality or freaking anything else. So, guys, if you're thinking about these things, it's good. If you're sharing these things, it's good. Don't be discouraged. If you tell your buddies about Black Rifle coffee and they're still selling it or they're still drinking it, it's not necessarily a reason to disassociate with them, right? And you can't lose sleep over it. You will become depressed if you want to change the world, and you can't. You have to be able to accept reality for what it is. If something sucks, it sucks. Freaking do what you can, right? And you know, but at the same time, don't roll over. Don't be a freaking coward. Stand for what you believe in, and don't let the failure of those that you care for define you. Just keep doing what you do. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the comment section below. If you'd like to support this channel, you can see how in the description box below I own 2 companies, Beach and Tactical and Exodus Knife and Tool. Primarily I make rifle slings and design knives, and that my knives are manufactured in Michigan. I also have a Patreon where you can support this channel directly. I can't tell you how much my patrons' support helps this channel, and how much people's purchases help this channel. Keep me busy, keep me working. I'm also an affiliate with PSA and Brownells. They both sell a wide range of quality products, and if you want to buy from either of them, if you use my link in the description box below, it doesn't cost you anything, and you'll help out the channel. So, and my social media links are down there as well, socialist media. I will also say that if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider making an account with Odyssey. My Odyssey link will be in the description box below, and watch my videos on Odyssey. I'm going to start doing Odyssey-only videos, and the really spicy content that you probably want to see will be over there. We're going to try and do one every month starting in September, and if you're not subbed over there, if you're not watching videos over there, you ain't going to see them. Is what it is. Anyways, have a blessed day, and like I said, I'll talk to you in the comments.